my dog is looking at me super cute right now. Come here. Sorry for that. Oh, here she comes. So anyway, welcome back to my channel, Natalie's Vitality. This video is about why I am no longer vegan. And before you think that I am quitting being vegan and that I suck and you don't want to watch my videos anymore, listen. I am still going to be free from eating meat, eating dairy, using cruelty-free. I no longer want to associate myself with the label of vegan. Now, there's two main reasons for this. The first one is because, especially lately, I've been seeing so much hate from the vegan community. And this is via things like Facebook, vegan Facebook groups, on Instagram. Hi. And it's just so does not make sense to me. You have these people who are supposed to be living a life of compassion towards the environment, towards animals, and yet you're not going to be compassionate towards other people because they don't live the same way that you do, or because they're trying to live the same way, but they may be messed up, they maybe had some dairy, and you're going to just condemn them because of that. That just does not resonate well with me. And I'm not saying by any means that this is all vegans, obviously, because I've been calling myself vegan for the past year and I have never been like that. But it's come to a point where I don't want to label myself as something that has that negative connotation, because oftentimes when people hear vegan, I talk with my hands so much, I'm so sorry. When people hear vegan, they think of people who are just pushing their values on you and are aggressive and rude, and unfortunately there are many vegans like that. Lately I have seen, for example, this one woman, she is vegetarian, she rescues animals, like she dedicates a lot of her life to rescue animals, and she was wearing a coat with a fur trim around it in one of her Instagram pictures, and people went crazy because they were all saying like, oh, you're wearing fur and you're supposed to be this and that, like you're so disgusting, like calling her horrible names because of this, to the point where she actually made a video telling people, listen, you all went crazy over my jacket, but this isn't real fur. Like, why would you think somebody who lives this type of way would purchase fur of an animal? So she makes this video and she gets even more hate of people saying, no, you're lying, that's real fur, I can tell by the way it blows in the wind. Just horrible things like, you're stupid, you need to look more into the products that you buy. Even if you think those things are true, why would you ever feel as though it's necessary to be so aggressive and vicious towards somebody? Why wouldn't you just be kind in the way that you approach them? That does not make sense to me. This video she made, she said like she's on your side, referring to vegans, but sometimes you make it very hard to be. And I can totally see where she's coming from with that. Another video I had watched, a live video of this woman talking about honey and local beekeepers and how they treat the bees well, just about honey and using a lot of like research, and her mom's a beekeeper, so getting information from that. She got brutally attacked for that video. Now, I am not saying that honey is vegan. By definition, honey is not vegan. It comes from an animal, technically. But why do you need to take the passion that you feel towards a cruelty-free lifestyle and turn that into such aggression and viciousness? For me, the reason that I live a lifestyle where I'm not eating meat or dairy or using cruelty-free products is because I have so much compassion towards animals, towards the environment in which we live, and towards myself, and wanting others to eat in a way that is kind to their bodies. I would never turn that passion that I have into that aggression and viciousness. I turn that passion that I have into compassion. And I don't see that a lot with the vegans that I'm referring to. So I can understand why people have this connotation with vegans. I've had people say to me before, you're vegan, you don't look like a vegan, you don't act like a vegan. Because in their mind, they have this idea of what and who a vegan is. Because I don't fit that, they're surprised that I'm vegan. So I don't want to label myself as vegan anymore because there's just so much baggage that seems to come with it. The way that I've affected others and had others be curious about the way I eat and the lifestyle I live is just by doing me, by leading by example. They see the different things I'm eating and cooking and think it looks good and want to try it. They see my energy and they're like, what are you doing? And I tell them, and then they're curious about it. To me, that the approach that these very aggressive vegans have, and I just want to say, I understand where they're coming from. I understand that they have such a passion that they immediately want to correct somebody or, you know, tell them they're wrong, but that's just not the way to do it. I just don't agree with that. I created a Facebook group called Plant Powered People, and the mood and tone of that group is just so different than the mood of these different vegan groups on Facebook. You know, it's a place where we talk about, you know, how eating a plant-based diet affects the environment, how it impacts, you know, animal cruelty, and how it impacts your body. But if someone were to ask about something like eggs or eating eggs from their neighbor's chicken, if they were to ask about that in one of these vegan groups on Facebook, they would get attacked, destroyed. If they were to ask about that in my group, that would never happen. You would be kindly and respectfully responded to. Simba, no. Sorry, my cat was just trying to knock this jar of sriracha off the table and now he's mad at me. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, so I personally just want to detach myself from that label. I think that we're so wanting to just label everything and put everything into this box, and I don't think that it should be that way. Even if somebody were to do meatless Mondays or were to incorporate more plant-based foods into their diet where they were eating animal products, that would make a huge difference, and we should congratulate and praise people for just doing that. Because how is telling them they're disgusting or that they have animal carcasses rotting in their bodies, like, how is that going to make them want to change? That does not make sense to me, and it's not effective. Maybe sometimes it is, but generally speaking, that is not an effective strategy. I have probably 2 people close to me in my life that are plant-based fully and some that are vegetarian. And everyone outside of that, I never hate on them. I never tell them, oh, I can't eat near you because, oh, that smells like dead animal and blood. And there's really vegans who say things like that and act like that. And I just think that is so wrong, to act like you're so far above somebody, so much better than them because you're living this way and they're not. Especially because most of us who no longer consume meat, no longer consume dairy or use products tested on animals, most of us were that person at one point. I know I was. I used to love steak. I used to love seafood like lobster and scallops. I loved that stuff. Cheese, I loved it. Like, I'll never say I didn't enjoy those things because I 100% did. But when I learned about the effects on the environment and on health, and they're just thinking about animals as beings that we live with, and, you know, if I wouldn't kill my pet and eat it, why would I eat a cow or a pig, etc., etc.? You get what I'm saying? But that's when I made the change. So there is that. That is really the biggest reason why I don't want to refer to myself as vegan anymore. It's too much that comes with that label and too much of a negative connotation, and a group of very aggressive vegans who turn their beautiful passion into something ugly and mean, and I will never do that, and I will never condone that. Again, this is my opinion. I'm not asking anyone to agree with it, but this is just my opinion and my experience. So, all of that being said, the next reason is because one of the reasons I do eat a plant-based diet is for health. While I care so strongly about the environment, about animals, health is part of the reason, and just by saying you're vegan by no means means that you're healthy, especially now with like all this new vegan stuff coming out that's super processed, that has a huge list of ingredients and chemicals that you should not be eating. But is it vegan? Yes, it's technically vegan, but that doesn't mean you should eat it if you want to live healthfully. And I absolutely want to live as much of a long, healthful, energized life as I can. And that for me means eating a mainly whole food, plant-based diet. If you're vegan, technically you can be eating tons of sugar that is vegan sugar and tons of oils that are not good for your body, processed, refined foods. And yeah, you're still vegan, but are you healthy? No, probably not as healthy as you could be. So those are the main reasons that I will no longer be labeling myself as vegan. I'll be calling myself plant-based. I'll be posting, of course, so many more recipes, more grocery hauls, more videos of me possibly ranting like this if you guys like it. All of the recipe videos that I continue to post will be called vegan. They're vegan recipes. By definition, they do not contain animal products. And I do think that a lot of people, when they're searching for recipes, they're gonna type in vegan this, vegan that. So of course I'll keep those labeled as vegan. And the last thing I wanna say is that if you're making any strides towards eating a more plant-based diet, living that lifestyle for whether it's for the animals, the environment, or just for health reasons, kudos to you, because you probably don't get told enough that you are doing awesome and that you're making awesome changes, and you are. So I just want to thank you all and know that not every person who lives this lifestyle is gonna be rude and nasty and ugly towards you. So if you guys have any questions about anything I said in this video, just comment below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, well, I'm sorry. I'm just being honest and I'm just being me. As always, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and also follow me on my Instagram at Natalie's Vitality for more delicious plant-based recipes and just my life. Alright guys, peace. Thanks for watching.